Hello, what's up? I'm Brian here doing another video for you guys, and this time we've got some new leaked images of upcoming or potentially upcoming Transformers Studio Series figures. So the first thing we're going to talk about is Grindor, and I can't really guarantee that these are legitimate, but they seem to be legitimate. The other thing definitely looks more legitimate and I believe is real. But anyways, taking a look at Grindor, which was listed beforehand. In fact, both figures were listed beforehand. I believe Grindor was listed with a Ravage figure that it would come with from Walmart.com. But anyways, let's take a look at the Grindor figure itself. Now, we don't have a full profile image. We don't know what the body looks like in certain areas, but we can kind of gauge an idea of what Grindor is going to look like based on these images. Now, the one thing I want to point out is that there has been a little bit of retooling with the hand. And some people might speculate that, oh, if they retooled the hands, maybe they made him much taller compared to Blackout, because some people speculate that Blackout and Grindor are different sizes, so they need to be in Studio Series, and I don't think they're going to do that. I think that's too much of their budget, and I just don't think they want to do that. I think that Blackout and Grindor are going to be very similar in size. In fact, I feel like Grindor is just going to be the same figure as Blackout, just with a different deco and different hands, because it seems like they fixed the hands. A lot of the complaints with the original Blackout was that the hands were like this and it was weird, but you can see on this image that you can rotate the hands this time around, and that's pretty cool. It also seems like he's got finger articulation this time around, so that's nice. But you could also see that the color seems to be very similar to Blackout. It might be a darker shade, but I can kind of understand that, because when I think of Grindor, I think of the Studio Series Blackout, because that figure has a very similar gray to that, or at least from what I see. Or if you look at maybe the original Revenge of the Fallen Grindor figure, the Voyager class figure, the gray does seem similar to Blackout more than some of the early Blackout figures, because some of the early ones had this kind of bluish shade to it. So I don't feel like they're going to change the color too much compared to that. Maybe there's a little more remolding work to this toy, but I don't feel like they're going to put that much effort into redesigning the figure, because they are very similar. But it's nice to see. And then also he's got brown scuff marks, which I imagine is a reference to the forest battle itself, because dirt and trees and everything is flying around, so that's a nice touch. Anyways, moving right along, we also have Ravage. Now, when the listings came out, Grindor was supposed to come with Ravage in place of Scorponok, which does make sense. Even though the characters never really met up, it's just a nice way to add Ravage into the toy line, even though he should technically come with the Studio Series Revenge of the Fallen Soundwave. But still, despite that, I think that this is a nice touch. And the one thing I don't like about Ravage is the silver head. I kind of wish that was dark or black or something to go with the rest of the toy. I could see a little bit of silver in the torso, but it just doesn't really blend well with the overall figure. Otherwise, I do like the cannons or the guns on the top of it, and I think it's fine. You know, it doesn't transform, and some people might still prefer their Revenge of the Fallen Legends class Ravage, which I totally understand, but the fact that he's coming in Studio Series, I can respect that. I also wanted to take a look at this zoomed out figure to show the comparison to Soundwave, and then also you can see a little bit of Grindor in the back there. And again, when you compare it to the other figures around it, it seems like it's just a rehash of the original Blackout, which I'm not complaining about, but I don't feel like the size and scale is going to change. Anyways, moving right along, this also comes from Kremzik Reviews on Instagram. And this seems to be the Studio Series 86 GAR. And I gotta say, he looks impressive. There was also a mention, I think, on the forums of TFW 2005, or I think it was on Discord. In any case, someone had mentioned that they got to see GAR, and they were really impressed with it. They said that it looks pretty close to the animation model, and I can totally understand where they're coming from, because he does look like that. I love the tires on the side. You know, you got one on the leg and one on the arm that's meant to be a shield. You also have that blade weapon. I hope that freely spins. And I love the head sculpt. I think it looks fantastic. Yes, he's got those nipple things, but, you know, it's GAR. I also like how the backpack collapses there with the front of the motorcycle mode. I imagine that there's going to be some parts forming to this because I don't know how the wheel is supposed to fold in itself unless the legs completely turn around. But, I mean, that's potentially possible, but I feel like that's going to involve some parts forming to it. Same with the other wheel on the side of the arm, but I can kind of understand that because it's a weapon anyways. It would be nice if you don't need to take that off, but I don't know. I think overall this figure looks nice. I like the different colors. I like the side pouches, and I'm blown away by this, and I can't wait for it to be released. With that out of the way, I guess we'll see more when Fan First Friday comes out, because I imagine they're going to reveal a bunch of Studio Series figures. I think it's about time they do, because they've constantly revealed Generation stuff. I think the last wave of Studio Series that we got to be revealed was Studio Series 86, and of course that was more towards the Generations line. I mean, those figures fit more with the Generations line than it does movie figures. So I think having a mix of, the live-action movies and Studio Series 86 revealed at Fan First Friday, I think that's something to anticipate for. Anyways, what do you guys think? Please comment below. Let me know. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and all those fun dudettes, and I will see you guys next time.